Good morning. Welcome to Hot Topics. Just so you know, I'm always very transparent with you guys. I am not feeling well today. You can hear I have a scratchy voice. I have an allergic reaction. Check it out. Don't know what happened. My eyes are swollen. It happened well before the Super Bowl, but it happened while I was in New Orleans at the Super Bowl. So I don't know if it's shellfish, which kind of was allergic to when I was a kid, and then I got over it, or if it's something, I don't know, it could be something I put on my face. Who knows? But anyways, just wanted to let you guys know that. And by the way, I was worried because I thought maybe I had COVID. I just took the test and I do not. So thank goodness. I mean, I just took it literally before I came on. So good morning, everyone. Where are you streaming from? Hi, Candy Rose. Good morning, Britt Wilson. Thank you. Thank you. I really don't feel well. I've got my lemon tea this morning. So a little lemon, a little honey. So thank you so much. Angela Porter says, please break it down for me, Don Lemon. We're going to break it down. We are going to break it down, Lemon Nation. By the way, I was very heartened walking through the airport, out on the streets, in restaurants, in the bars, people coming up saying, hey, I'm a Lemonhead. Hi, I'm part of the Lemon Nation. I went over to RG3, his entire family. His aunt was like, I'm a Lemonhead. I came just to see you. So amazing. Our Lemon Nation is growing. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And if you can become a member, it should be pinned to the top of the chat. If it's not, let's get it in there. I'm not on that page, so I can't see if it's pinned at the top of the chat because I'm looking at the myself live and not the live YouTube. So thank you all for watching. Did you all, and by the way, just shoot me what you think, what you thought of the halftime show, what you thought of the Super Bowl. We're going to have a good time, because Donald Trump went down there, right? You guys know when I start laughing like that, I'm going to get myself in trouble, right? He took his ass down there and he thought like, oh, this Kansas City Chiefs are going to win. The MAGA team is going to win. And they lost. They lost. And look, I really did not have a dog in the hunt. I could care. I couldn't care less, as they say. By the way, it's I couldn't care less, not I could care less. I couldn't care less who won, except for this whole thing that he is making. Right, Lemon Nation, rise up, says Shirley. You may be a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and that's okay. That's great. I'm not against Kansas City Chiefs at all. The reason I won, I said before, give someone else a chance. Also, Jalen Hurts is such a great guy. Right. And look, and I love all the players on the Eagles. They were just amazing. Okay. So Donald Trump went down there, the only sitting president to go down to the Super Bowl. And he thought his team was going to win and he was going to get a great reception. He's talking about Taylor Swift and she got booed. We're going to show you all of that stuff. I forgot to put my TikTok cam up. I don't have them up. So we'll get that up later. I'm a little bit out of it today. So he thought they were going to win. So glad the MAGA-coded Chiefs lost to the Eagles. You had last to the Eagles, but they were last to the Eagles and they lost, says Ruscio. I'm sure if you're a Chiefs fan and you're in here and you're part of the elimination, don't get mad. We still love you. I'm not talking stuff about your team. This is mostly about Donald Trump. And a little bit about your team. Brittany Mahomes, not a fan. And I'm not a fan, honestly, the way Patrick Mahomes actually played this all out too. Not a fan at all. I can't believe that he, it's an honor. Everybody who says it's an honor, you don't have to say that. Actually, you know who I thought answered it right before I get into all of this? Do we have the one, Andy? I think I sent it to you, where Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes are answering the question about what do you think of the president? Did I give you that one?
Yeah, let me grab it.
Yeah, if you can grab it. What do you think of the president going to the game? I thought Jalen Hurts had the best answer. About all of this shit, and I asked a lot of people down there too, a lot of players, and they were all like, oh, it's an honor when the president, whatever. And you know that some media person had trained them to say that. Some media person who has no connection to the culture just understands how to give an answer that means nothing. And they listen to those people. You don't have to listen to those people. What you do is you put your ear to the ground and you figure out where the folks are. And the folks were not with that bullshit of him going to the game. I'm sorry. Just not. I wasn't. They weren't. So too bad. Truth tellers united, says Dwayne Bledsoe. I agree 100%. Let me know when you have him because I I think he had the best answer. And I'm going to play for you all kinds of things that you need to know about what happened. I'm going to show you how this halftime show exposed a lot of bigots, a lot of folks. Some of it was just, I think some of it was just, I don't know if it's cultural is the word. I think it's generational. It's kind of like back in the 60s when rock and roll, what's this rock and roll music? I don't know why these kids are playing this music. Some of it was just that. But some of it was just flat out bigotry. And so, and if you don't have that, let's play the part where Donald Trump is initially talking to Brett Baer about winning and then about the Chiefs, and then all of a sudden we'll show who wins. Here it is.
Game prediction?
I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. I have to go with Kansas City.
The Eagles are Super Bowl champions for the second time. 4-22.
Sorry. That gives me so much joy. It gives me so much joy to have a win finally. I know some of you are probably mad. I'm not even looking at the chat, but I don't care. They will not be invited to the White House, says Jane R. Jane, they don't go. You don't remember the Eagles refused to go to the White House. They said, nope, not going. And that's why I love them. That was the only reason that I was rooting for them. Well, a couple of reasons. I shouldn't say the only. I lived in Philadelphia. It's a great city. But they're not going. And good. I believe people should stand by their principles. You know who else did that were the Golden State Nuggets, right? Same thing. And good for them. Because I wouldn't go either. Screw you, as they say. But did you hear why, when he said why he was rooting for the team? Not like, they have a history of such and such. He mentioned Patrick Mahomes. He mentioned him in passing and then immediately went to his MAGA-loving wife. This is a fuller clip of why he was supporting them. Here it is.
Game prediction?
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic game. It's going to be just a great game.
Uh-huh. So did you see he mentioned Patrick Mahomes for like 2 seconds, everyone? Give me a break. Literally mentioned him for 2 seconds and then went to his wife because his wife loves him. He's so easy and so simple. He is so juvenile and so elementary. All you have to do is say you love him. And then that's all that matters. I'm glad they lost. I'm sorry, if not just for Donald Trump. This was Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes responding to the question about Donald Trump coming to the game. This is why I love Jalen Hurts, and this is part of the reason I wanted the Eagles to win.
If you were like me and didn't know to root for in the Super Bowl today, maybe these interviews where the two teams.
That's not it.
He talks about it in this.
It is in. It's a part
I think
of
it
this
is.
clip.
It's the quarterback, Jalen. There we go. Is that it? Is that the one? Okay, good. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. Go ahead. Do the whole
He
thing.
just introduces it.
Yep. Do Tim Miller. Sorry. My bad. I'm a little out of it. Go ahead, guys. You're right.
If you were like me and didn't know to root for in the Super Bowl today, maybe these interviews where the two teams' quarterbacks answer the question of whether they'd be honored to play in front of Donald Trump will help bring some clarity for you.
How do you feel about Trump attending the Super Bowl?
He's welcome to do what he wants. No, man.
It's always cool to be able to play in front of a sitting president, someone that is at the top position in our country. And so I didn't see that clip, but obviously it's cool to hear that he's seen me play football and respects the game that I play.
Jalen just cracks me up. Whatever. Guy can do whatever he wants. So as somebody who has never liked Philly teams, Philly fans are kind of the worst, to be honest. For somebody who grew up in Denver and hated the Chiefs, I felt like I didn't have a rooting interest. And you hate to make everything about politics. But when you compare Jalen's answer to Mahomes, fly, Eagles, fly.
Amen.
See y'all.
Yep. Okay, so that was Tim Miller, the Bulwark. Andy, can you just take it back just to the two quarterbacks? And I want to play them again. because Jalen, that was an amazing answer. And just the way I would have. I would have said, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Next question. Or, yeah, go ahead.
He's welcome to do what he wants. No, man.
It's always cool to be able to play in front of a sitting president, someone that is at the top position in our country. And so I didn't see that clip, but obviously it's cool to hear that he's seen me play football and respects the game that I play.
Okay, good. Okay, so Patrick. Jalen Hurts has the right energy. And this isn't like Trump derangement or whatever. Donald Trump is a terrible person. Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about the Constitution. He does not care about America. He only cares about enriching himself. He's only there because of his big ego. He does not have to go to the game. If he is looking for ways to save money and he's watching every penny from the government and Doge is trying to, uncover spending, overspending, and get the budget in control, then don't take your ass down to New Orleans, spend all that money on Secret Service, all that money on security, and just inconvenience law enforcement and the people there. He is such a hypocrite. To play in front of Donald Trump, I'm sorry, is not an honor. I would have said I would rather he not come here and try to politicize this. And if he wants to be a fan of the team, then great. Then watch from afar. Have a party at the White House. But don't come here and disrupt already terrible traffic and then try to inject politics into the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, just don't do it. That's how. And then I would have said, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. He's one of the most divisive people on the planet. He is by far the most divisive president ever. Do not show up. Do not make this about you because, quite frankly, it is about us and the fans. So stay away. Because you know why? He's so petty. This is what he's putting on social media. What did he say on social media? He said something about Britney Spears, what's her name? Taylor Swift being booed. Do you have the tweet of him? Or whatever he is. The only one that had a tougher night than Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. Donald Trump, Truth Social post. Okay. You know who else got booed? You selfish, small little man. You got booed because folks were there. People I know were there and they said he was booed. You may not have heard it in the when they did the national anthem in the opening of the Super Bowl, but you could definitely hear it in the stadium. And you know what? We have receipts. Here it is. Donald Trump getting booed at the Super Bowl. Boo. You know who that? The media wants you to believe there were cheers. No, Trump got booed. And most of those were from Eagles fans booing Donald Trump. And again, there would be no controversy about who got booed, who got yayed, any of that. That's exactly what he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted to come and oh my God, look, I got the biggest cheers. Wait until he does another interview. We went to the Super Bowl and I got the biggest cheers and they were happy to see their favorite president and whatever. But, MAGA is unforgiving and they hate, they're going to boo Taylor Swift. They booed your ass too. So shut the fuck up, idiot. He's so divisive. I hate to talk like that, but he's just so gross. Yeah, and he left early. Thank God he left early because his team is getting slaughtered. Plus, it's good that he left early because of the traffic as well. They say he's not divisive. He is 100% divisive. So Jalen Hurts, hats off to you. Congratulations. You had the right answer. I spoke to a number of NFL players, and a lot of them gave that bullshit answer about it's an honor. Even Travis Kelce said the same shit when Donald Trump, when he was asked about it, he goes, oh yeah, it's an honor, blah, 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 blah. When Donald Trump said, I hate Taylor Swift. And now Donald Trump is talking about his girlfriend again. Travis Kelce, how do you feel now that you lost? And Donald Trump is talking shit about your girlfriend again when you said it was an honor for him. And then you and Patrick Mahomes took your ass to the White House last time and was joking around, kikiing in Trump's face. Gross. I'm glad you won, Eagles. I have nothing against the Kansas City Chiefs, but I don't have time for bullshit. And I don't have time to pretend. I don't have time to pretend. Just like in my real life, I don't have time to pretend anymore with people who have betrayed me, people who don't like me, people who have talked shit about me, people who are not on my side, people who I've helped out, even in their careers. I don't have time anymore. Don't smile in my face. They try it now, and I just go, why are you talking to me? Oh my God, Don. No, I don't have time. I know who you are. Get out of my face. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner. Don't come over to my table. That's the energy that I have now going into 2025 because we have normalized bullshit so much that I can't normalize bullshit anymore. And that's how I think all of you should be. Don't normalize it. When someone shows you who they are, then you show them right back. You give them a mirror. It's not like show you who are, believe them. I'm taking it up. When someone shows you who they are, you give them a mirror and you give it right back to them. Hey, Don, how do you feel about Donald Trump coming to the Super Bowl? I wish he wouldn't come because he's the most divisive person I've ever known. He is the most divisive president ever, and he only cares about himself. If he actually cared about the team and he cared about American football and he cared about Americans, he would stay away and not politicize it like most American presidents, all of them except for him, have done in the past because they realize it can be very divisive because not everybody, even though he's the president of everybody, not everybody agrees with their politics. So I will say I support the team. I'll have a party at the White House. Also, I will stay away because it disrupts law enforcement's ability to be able to do their jobs when I suddenly show up and all the security detail, everything in the city has to turn towards me. The traffic has to stop. Streets are blocked off just so I can go and massage my big, giant, dumb ego so that I can pretend that people love me so much because I am such a small person, so insecure that I need that coddling and cheers and adulation to make myself feel better. You talk about, you're doing all these things. You want to flood the zone with BS, as Steve Bannon says. Then stay in D.C. and flood the zone. Don't bring it to New Orleans. New Orleans doesn't like you, first of all. The Eagles fans don't like you, second of all. Philadelphia doesn't like you. I know that the folks from Baton Rouge, from the Southern University, the marching band, the human jukebox, the marching band from Jaguar Land, they don't like you because I grew up with all of them, all in the same neighborhood. Grew up no. The band director for Southern University lived right down the street. I'm like 6 houses down. They don't like you. They hate you. So you should have just stayed home. Louisiana does not like you. Well, at least Black Louisiana doesn't like you. The other ones, hey, they can do what they want. But anyway, so this whole Super Bowl, I would say, especially the halftime show, exposed a lot of bigots. I'd been watching the reaction. Now, some of it I said is just generational, where people are like, I don't know what they're saying. I can't hear, whatever. It's just, what are these kids, whatever. But it exposed a lot of bigots. And you hear a lot of people go, why did they pick him? Whatever. This is not crossover. This is not this. This is not that, whatever. Look, why do you think Kendrick Lamar, SZA, all of this, why do you think they're on SNL? Because they are in the culture and people don't realize it. It's like back in the day with Elvis or back in the day with rock and roll or Chubby Checker or all those folks. The kids want what the kids want. The culture wants what it wants. You may not have understood that, but there were a whole lot of people, the majority of Americans got it. But the bigots didn't get it because they didn't want to get it. Because they want to see like some, I want to see some country, whatever. I'm not saying I'd like to see it too. I don't mind. I don't mind. I love Chris Stapleton. I'd love to see him at a halftime show. I'd love to see Taylor Swift because you know why? I'm not a fucking bigot. And I realize there's enough in America for everybody to go around. So there can be a rap group. There can be a rap singer, a hip hop singer at the Super Bowl. Why are you so upset? It's not your Super Bowl. You don't own it. This is America. This is what America wants. Kendrick Lamar had the #1 song in the country forever. Minor. They Not Like Us. All summer. You play it wherever I went this summer. Kendrick Lamar. Guess what? Put it on. All you hear was dun, 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 dun. Everybody's like, whoa! Everybody gets up and dance. You may not understand it because you're old, or you may not understand it because you're a bigot. I never complained about a Super Bowl performance. I was just like, oh, that was interesting. No, well, I thought Usher was better. Or, I liked Rihanna. Whatchamacallit was good. They were okay. I thought it was good. Congratulations to the culture, Shirley. You're right. So if you're listening to me and you felt a certain kind of way, then you need to figure out whether it's generational or whether you have some bias. Because the kids love Kendrick Lamar. The kids know what's going on with the culture. Kendrick is GOAT, says Catherine W. They know what's happening with Kendrick and Drake. It's a whole cultural thing that you are not getting because you want to shit and talk. You want to talk shit about rap and hip hop. There's enough criticizing to go around, but you just don't get it. Some things you just don't get. But some things you do get. Like this one young man who really sums it up for me. But first of all, which one do you guys think I should play? You think I should play Harry or should I play the guy who talked about his uncle? I'll let the producers help me. Which one do you think we should play first? What do y'all think, producers?
I think the uncle one is good.
I think
Okay.
you should start with the one talking about his uncle.
Okay, so this guy, thank you, producers, Nikki and Peter. Okay, so this guy is really kind of summing up what a lot of people in America were dealing with. And when I say, why don't you just say the word? And his uncle just said the word. Okay, so this explains most of the people who were talking shit about Kendrick Lamar. Here you go.
All right, dude. Listen, Super Bowl. We're at the family's house, okay? Shit was going off. We had 100 people. 100 people. We're in Texas, okay? I know my family is a little bit, country bumpkin style, but I didn't expect it to be this blatant, okay? Kendrick comes on stage, and you know what I hear? What the fuck is he saying? He ain't saying shit, man. I can't hear him. I can't understand him. I get up close to my uncle, and I put my arm around him. I say, hey, I got you. Let me go and spit the lyrics. And then, start going off, and I'm telling him what he's saying. And then he starts bitching. He's just like, nah, that's garbage. It's garbage. I was like, what do you mean it's garbage? He's won a Pulitzer Prize. And he's like, oh, Obama gave Pulitzer Prizes to everybody. I'm like, you don't understand what a Pulitzer Prize is. What? No. Obama's never given a Pulitzer Prize. It's not the way that works. Bro, by the end of this, by the middle of this halftime show, it was like 10 people lined up on part of the shop, right? Because a shop, a big-ass, workshop. There's like 100 people in there. We get 10% of them lined up behind me, and they're all fucking watching me enjoy myself, right? I'm sitting there. Oh, you better not ever go to cell block 1. And they're all bitching about it, all talking shit. And I'm like, hey, you guys hate pedophiles? They're like, fuck yeah. I'm like, that's what he's calling out. He's calling out pedophiles. You don't like that shit? And at one point, my uncle just says the N-word. He just says he's the N-word. And just dismisses everything else about him. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. My level of disappointment has no boundaries. There's no end to it. But tonight, dude, fucking ew. We left immediately after that, by the way. I mean, I tried to get up and speak for whoever the fuck But it don't matter because apparently he's black and that's not what they're trying to rock with. So, hey man, this is America. Oh, this is America. Oh, by the way, hey, during the national anthem, one of my uncles who was screaming the N-word the middle of halftime, he saw me not have my hat off. And so he screamed at me. I'm a 35-year-old man. And this dude screamed at me and he said, "Hey, hat off." I said, okay, yeah. Let's pretend like you give a fuck.
You want to respect people. You want to have performative patriotism. We must stand for the national anthem. And then you want to call people the N-word. Make it make sense. Why don't you just say who you really are? That young man's thing sums it up. Because I don't believe all the young people in this country are about that bullshit. I don't think they're about the racism and the bigotry. That's exactly what that was. Hey, we should have, I don't know, who should we have? Someone, it's some act that has been around forever. We should have the traveling Wilbur. Okay, fine. I like those too. We should, I would like anybody. I would like a Billy Joel. I don't care. As long as they're good. But just because the music, I'm not aware of it, or I don't know about the culture, it doesn't mean that I should talk shit about it. They not like us. That's the whole point that they're saying. The song is, they not like us, meaning they're a bigot, they're racist, they're, the P word, ophile. I don't want to mess up the AI and then the AI will dock us for something. He's talking about people who do the wrong things. They're people who don't understand where our country is going. The country is going to be a majority country, no matter how bigoted, no matter how the MAGA folks try to fight back, it's going to be that. No matter how much you lose your mind, the kids are all loving it. And you think just because you don't know. Show me this little kid. This little kid who was sitting next to a guy who has an LSU shirt on, so he must be from Louisiana. Show me the little kid. The little kids know the songs. The kids know. You may not know, but they know these songs. And they know who Kendrick is. And they know that Kendrick won a Pulitzer. These kids are not down for the racist bullshit. And you're sitting there going, who are these people? I don't even know. I can't even hear these songs, right? Let's take it to a bar. Let's take it just a bar. It could be anywhere or in the country. Look, show them. You don't have to play the music, but show them. Look at them. Everybody in the bar dancing and singing to Kendrick Lamar. This was about America. Every facet of this was about America. This was a lesson to America. You may not have gotten it. I got it. The American flag. Everything was red, white, and blue. The human American flag. Samuel L. Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam, telling the story of America and how everybody just wants to shut you up, especially if you don't tell the truth about this country. They're tired of people banning books and not teaching about Black history. If you like this show and you want the truth like this every single day, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the thumbs up because it affects the algorithm and more people get to hear and see our conversation. So hit the thumbs up, hit the like. If you're on TikTok, we're streaming live on several different platforms. We're live on YouTube, of course, our main channel. And if you are become a member, your comment gets put up on the screen and we will read them a little bit later on in the show. Some of them I'm reading now. Yep, America is changing. Lots of grumpy, bigoted old folks can't handle it. That is true, Michelle. And make sure you hit the hearts if you're on TikTok. We're streaming on TikTok. we're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on Facebook, and we're streaming on Instagram. And then later, this audio, or the video as well, will go up on to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and what is the other one? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and there's another one I can't. iHeart Radio. Thank you very much. Congrats to Kendrick. Deanne Williamson. Congratulations to Kendrick. So this was a lesson to America about what America really is and about what people don't want to hear. In case you did not realize last night, this was an FU basically to MAGA and to what's happening in Washington. That America is black. Black folks in America are here to stay. America is black. America's white. America's Latino. America's whatever. America is here to stay. No matter how you try to manipulate the system, no matter how you try to put people in charge who are not elected officials, no matter how much, even our politicians don't have our back, the streets have our back. And we're not going for this bullshit. That was America's story last night, told through a diss track by the #1 artist in the country who swept the Grammys with the #1 song of the year. From a genre that has become the #1 genre in music. That was what? Created in America by black people. Slavery, black people built the country. Black people, by the way, I always want to remind, people ask me all the time, if you had one question that you would ask Donald Trump, what would you ask? I would ask him, what is it like to live in public housing that black people built? How does it feel living in a country that was built on the backs of black people and a house? You should be honored to live in a house that slaves built for free. What is that like? Have you ever thought about that? But nobody will ask him that question. Kelly in AZ, Kendrick played right in MAGA's face and they still don't get it. He was playing in your face. And I was just sitting there watching and listening to people and online. I'm like, okay. In case you didn't get it, Ledisi did the national black anthem, Black Woman. John Baptiste did the Star Spangled Banner. Black artist. Kendrick Lamar did the halftime show, black. The quarterbacks on both teams. The winning quarterback. The NFL. Now, I don't say that to be racist or racist. It's the truth. And some people are upset by it. And they're like, oh my gosh, they can't deal with it. Let's play the young lady who brings it up, and then I'll play Harry. The young lady who talks about this was a win for Black History Month.
Chiefs fans can crash out all they want to. Keep that mixed man and his MAGA wife with his metal name kids off my screen for the next 365 days. Thank God for Jalen Hurts, and thank God we are finally living on the correct timeline. Jalen Hurts and his fully black team that represents him with his black fiance with the team that is headquartered in a black city when the Super Bowl was played in a black city. They are victorious tonight. Thank God. Happy Black History Month.
She's right. You may not like it, but it's the truth. Now, what was that about? Does the NFL, did Roger Goodell realize that? Did Roger Goodell realize that, hey, most of my players are black. Most of our players are black. And even the white ones want to lean into black culture. Look at Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce wants to be black so bad he could taste it. Where's the lie? Anybody? A lot of them want to be the same thing. They're like, cool. They want like the embracing black culture, right? And that's okay. It's great. Black culture is great. Black culture, you can go around the world and you'll hear it. And MAGA is melting down. Here's Harry Sisson. Watch.
So funny to watch the Trump supporters melt down over Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, these guys are losing it. Former Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn said halftime show should have just been Donald Trump dancing to YMCA further proving that they are very much
God.
so in a cult. Lauren Boebert said, "Tell me I'm not the only one needing subtitles for this. I forgot that Lauren Boebert can only hear when someone is bowing down to Donald Trump. If it's anything else, well, she's not so great." Charlie Kirk said, "This music is not my style. This is the same guy who loves Kid Rock." And finally, Beavis and Butthead lookalike Matt Gaetz said, quote, "The halftime show you just watched is clearly the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men." You know, if there's anybody out there that shouldn't be talking about a halftime show that includes dissing people who like children, it's Matt Gaetz. If it's not a straight white dude with a MAGA hat on, the Trump supporters don't like it. They think that the performance is bad or it's this or it's that. Man, they just come up with anything, huh? Kendrick Lamar's halftime show was great, and it was made even better by the fact that MAGA supporters disliked it.
Okay. Thank you, Harry. Harry was right on. Let's see. Hold on one second. So Harry was right on with that. Unless it's like some dude that they think is worthy of the halftime performance, unless it's some white person. Let's just say that. And I say that because there have been plenty of white performers who I would love to see, and I have listened to, and I did not criticize them. I think it's great. And I asked people when I was there, well, who would you like to see play for halftime show? That was one of my number one questions. My main question, really, what is your number one choice for Super Bowl halftime performance? A lot of folks said Taylor Swift. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Taylor Swift would be great. I didn't say, I don't want to see Taylor Swift. Or if it was even some country person that like MAGA, I'd be like, okay, fine. Kendrick Lamar played in your faces, MAGA folks, and you did not even get it. Exposing bigots while talking about, just did it in your face, but it was so smart the way he did it that a lot of people did not engage, did not get it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and like, and make sure you subscribe because we stay on by subscriptions and memberships. The memberships in the top of the chat. Have you hit the thumbs up yet? If you haven't, please hit it. Let's go through some of these things, okay? First up, Clay Travis says, worst halftime performance of all time. Okay. This is the worst Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. Really, Clay Travis? We watching the same Super Bowl? Because I thought it was actually really great. And most people thought it was really great. And most people on here thought it was really great. Most people online thought it was really great. Most of the public thought it was really great. You know, Clay Travis, who probably thought it was really great, probably your nephew, your niece, your kid, whatever. They probably thought it was really great too. But because they're not going along with your racist bullshit, your MAGA bullshit, you don't think it was good. They're not going along with it. Love the halftime show, says Unicorn Sand Dimples. I love your name. Love the halftime show. Those who got it, got it. Those who got it, got it. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay? This is the Don Lemon Show, the Don Lemon channel, and we give it to you straight here. Charlie Kirk. Oh, God. This music is not my style. Charlie Kirk, nobody gives a fuck. Who cares? Why are you tweeting that? Whatever it is, whatever platform. Nobody cares. No one cares. Who cares? What is your style? Kendrick Lamar doesn't care. The people watching the Super Bowl don't care. They're like, who the fuck is Charlie Kirk? Nobody cares. Keep it to yourself. Okay. I don't like, I'm not a big fan of tomatoes. Does everybody need to know that? No. Sit your ass down and shut up, Charlie Kirk. I have 0 F's to give, by the way. I love the halftime show. I understood the message, says Deandra Robinson. Thank you. Lauren Boebert. Oh, Lord. Miss Canoodling and touchy-feely and grabbing, playing, what do you call it? Grab ass in the theater. Lauren Boebert. Tell me I'm not the only one needing subtitles for this. I don't know. Maybe if you were like paying attention to the play or to the TV instead of like groping sub people in the theater or at the halftime show, maybe. Lauren Boebert. Really? No, and nobody cares. Lauren, nobody cares. Stop trying to be relevant or whatever. No one cares. Go sit down. Have a seat. If you don't like the music, whatever. Okay, fine. Go sit down. And I'm sure there's a buffet somewhere where you could have some chicken rings or some watercress sandwiches or whatever it is. Go sit down. Who else we can talk about? Who else?
Those are all the people we have.
Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, wait. What didn't we have Matt Gaetz?
Oh yeah, we have Gates.
Yes, Matt Gaetz is my favorite because this song that They Not Like Us is about. He talks about a pedophile in there. He's basically saying, that Drake likes him young, and when he goes, "You're trying to strike a chord, but it's probably a minor." They're not like us. That's a favorite part. Everybody loves that part of the song. That was brilliant. A minor chord, a minor. So Matt Gaetz is saying the halftime show you just watched is clearly the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men. And then Peter Twinklage, who we know, said certified pedophile, not a huge fan of the halftime show. Certified pedophile is one of the lyrics, two of the lyrics in the song. Certified pedophile, certified, trying to strike a chord, but it's probably A minor. Good one, Peter Twinklage. That's producer Peter, by the way. Very smart. Matt Gaetz, you played yourself. Matt Gaetz, I would have just shut up, especially when, did you not know the song? He's talking about you. That's why I said, oh my gosh, Kendrick Lamar was playing in your faces and you did not even know it. Oh, wow. Okay. I think there's another parent. There's parents reacting to Kendrick Lamar's performance, right? Do we have that? Yes, no, maybe.
Parents reacting.
TikTokers' parents react to Kendrick's performance. Did we play that already, maybe?
No, give me 1 second, though.
Okay. So anyways, I'm going to finish this one out. And then we're going to talk about who's trying to subvert and get rid of the Constitution. These are supposed to be the people who love the Constitution. They're trying to get rid of the Constitution. That's what we're going to talk about next. But let me go into some of these comments, see what you guys have to say, because this was hilarious. I loved how it exposed the bigots last night. They didn't even realize that they were being exposed. Expose the bigots. Expose the bigots. Don, America needed this halftime, says Angela Knox. I agree 100%, 150%. America needed this thing. Yes, I'm laughing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who else? Oh, I'm getting, why so many smiley faces? It's all smiley faces for people who are laughing at me. It was so over the top, says Nicole Miller. Yeah, it was great, over the top. Matt and Drake are playmates at the middle school, says Voices by Sean Brown. Hilarious. Kendrick's song was MAGA's Last Night. They didn't even get it. They didn't, Rosemarie. They did not get it. Andy, you got it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, let's see what it is. I don't even know what it is. Let's play it. It's on my elements list.
That's about Kanye? Oh my God.
No. Well, we have no clue what's going on. We definitely don't know.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Whoop, 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 whoop. But fuck him. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. You motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then that clip reminded me right there. Okay, just in case you did not get it, this is about rap beef, right? Serena Williams dated Drake for a couple of years off and on. And then he wrote about her in one of his songs, Drake did. And I don't think it was so nice. I don't know the exact lyrics. Well, Kendrick had Serena Williams crip walking on the stage last night to the lyrics about Drake. It was diabolical. And then at the end, it says, game over. What do you guys think? just for the folks who are in here who know what's going on, look at her. Look at her. Go ahead, show her. I don't know if you guys remember, this was so brilliant. When Serena Williams crip walked at Wimbledon and she got such criticism, and she said today or last night, if I had crip walked that much at Wimbledon, I would have been fined. But she crip walked when she won Wimbledon, and and they got really mad at her. But she was basically crip walking on Drake's grave last night, dancing on his grave last night. I'm telling you, if you guys didn't get it, you didn't get it. Serena, I mean, that was a kill shot, right, Anna? Tripsevsky, the kill shot. That part was amazing. I'm sitting there watching. Serena was everything, says TA. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, is that Serena? Oh my gosh, no. So for all of you folks in the chat who know, okay, I didn't understand that part with Serena. Thank you, says Karen White. Yes, Serena dated Drake off and on for a couple of years, and then Drake wrote something, I think, kind of mean about her, untoward about her and lyrics, and then Kendrick defended her, and then Kendrick had her dancing on basically Drake's grave last night, crip walking. And they're both from Compton, by the way, Serena and Kendrick. I mean, there was just so much. So for those of you in the chat who know what's going on, do you think this ended Drake? Because at the end it says game over, right? At the end. But do you think Drake can come back? Do you think Drake, by the way, let me explain to you. So they had this beef. They're rapping back and forth, both of them going back and forth. And then with music, in a rap battle, basically. So Drake is a rap battle, and then Kendrick or whatever. And then Kendrick's response just became number one and a worldwide bestseller. Drake got so mad, he sued his record label, his own record label, because I think they're on the same record label, saying that they favored Kendrick, blah, 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 blah. It's just a whole mess. And now Drake is in Australia touring, and people are saying that he's hiding. And anyways, it was a whole mess. So that's where we are. Let me know what you think. Did it end Drake? What do you guys think? Before I move on to how these folks are trying to kill our government, okay? I'm glad you guys are here. Look, wow, guys, so many people are watching today. I'm so happy that you're watching. I hope you saw I worked my ass off at the Super Bowl this weekend to get you content. I was on the red carpet, and like friends who I'm usually on the other side of the red carpet, right? People are taking my picture, but I have the Don Lemon show now. So I have to get content. So I'm on the other side of the red carpet going, hey, whatever. Kevin Costner, what do you think? Lala Anthony, what do you think? Shaq, come here, tell me who's going to win. Like, I'm getting content. And I worked my ass off for you guys. So I hope that you see it on the social media and then also in the shorts here on YouTube. It was amazing. Amazing. So let's see. Did you guys love it? Did you hate it? Oh my gosh. Get them likes up. Yes, get the likes up. Thank you very much, guys. Hit the likes and subscribe. We saw you, Don, says Twanja. Thank you. Drake can do pop, not rap anymore, says Stream Queen. Love to see you out there, says Auntie Deb 4. Thank you, Auntie Deb 4. Get them likes up, says Red Jet Shell. Yes, hit them likes and get the subscriptions up as well. Subscriptions are free. They're in the bottom right of your chat if you're watching us. I'm on a laptop here, and it's on the bottom right-hand screen. Subscriptions are free. Then you can become a member, and it is very reasonable. So it's over, said Yolanda Virgilli. Why is it over? Excellent job, Don, says Miss Kirby Cutie 7. You know what? It's interesting because there are always haters, and I see some haters going, oh my gosh, what a fall. Don is out there. I'm working. I'm having a great time. I don't have to do this. I'm doing it because I love it. I'm doing it because I want to inform people. And you know why else I'm doing it? Because they're not getting the real shit on mainstream media, on corporate media. It's all being filtered and normalized. Everything is being normalized. Why do you think we're in the predicament that we're in now? It's because of people, either they're sitting around with giant panels of people just fighting, and nothing gets accomplished, or they're bringing people on who are going to say, "Oh, January 6th was a walk in the park. Everybody on January 6th should be exonerated or pardoned. They didn't do all kinds of crap." And we don't insult your intelligence here. So make sure you support independent media. That's how we stay on the air. But I'm out there working, having a good time because I'm trying to inform people. And I'm trying to get content for you so you understand what is going on the streets. So for all the people who are like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe Don Lemon's out there." Yes, I'm out there because that's how you get information. Look during the election. I had so many people come up to me this past weekend at the Super Bowl saying, "Don, we should have listened to you. You told us what was going to happen from your interviews on the streets around the states during the election. You told us what was going to happen, and it happened. I thought you were like, curating. You were just talking to a lot of Trump folks." And I'm like, no. And so I wanted you to know, if you guys, gosh, there was something I wanted to get you from the Super Bowl when I talked to the other Jalen on the red carpet. He's like, people there, a lot of people would not say, a lot of the athletes would not say this weekend how they felt about Donald Trump attending the game on camera. They wouldn't say it because it's endorsements, it's teams. They don't want to alienate their fan base, So I get it. But then when I turned the camera off, and as they go, "Hey man, Don, how you doing? It's so good. We miss you on CNN, but we love what you're doing, whatever." Yeah, I didn't want that motherfucker to come. I don't know why he's coming. Because he ain't nothing. He's just about himself. And it's some bullshit. And then all the traffic. I'm tired of this. And I'm like, why didn't you say that? You know I can't say it. I can't say that. Come on, man. You know that. I'm like, I'm not going to get you in trouble. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to put anything on like that. They're like, I know. That's how they feel. They're tired of the division. And they realize, like, look, we're in this league. This league is heavily majority African-American, and we are not down with this bullshit. They're not down with that MAGA shit. But their owners, the corporate people, they're all very Trumpy. So there's this division between the corporate owners who are very Trumpy. They're all up in Trump's, with the orange face, all of these corporate people who are involved with the teams. In the meantime, the players are like, ugh. And then they were like, I went to one thing and Don Jr. was there, and they were like, why is Don Jr. at this party? And some of the players were like, why is Don Jr. at this party? And then the rappers, though, for some reason, were all like, hey, Don Jr. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But the players, nope. Not into it. Drake is suing YouTubers that reacted to Kendrick's track. No way, Russia Juarez. Are you kidding me? That is not good. That's going to go nowhere. People, the First Amendment, people can have an opinion about something. Right, Boomer? My little doggy is yawning right next to me. Hi, Boomer. Boomer knows. Let me shout out some people. Connie Converse, thank you for your support of independent media. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Robin Williams, welcome to the Lemon Nation. Thank you for becoming a member. Am So Love, thank you. Welcome to the Lemon Nation. Thank you for becoming a member. Kiki Robertson, thank you for your generous support of independent media. Nappy Chow says, Don, thank you for your support. Oh, Don Lemon thanks you for your support. Nappy Chow, thank you. Nappy Chow is always in the comments. So thank you. I appreciate all of you who are supporting independent media. And make sure you tune in every day. We're live from 10 a.m. every day and at 5 p.m. Eastern every day as well. And this is what we do. We go hard and we tell the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't tune into us, okay? Go to another channel where they're going to give you bullshit, or go watch on corporate media where you're going to get BS. Titania, Dr. Titania Mo, I can't get it, says, it was so apropos for Serena, who had so much misogynoir during the Megan Tory Lane's case. Okay, I'm not. Help me. It's small on my screen. I'm not sure what's going on here. But thank you, Titania, Dr. Titania. I appreciate your support of independent media. Thank you for all of you who are supporting independent media. It means the world to me. Oh, and Good Vibes. Thank you for your support. Amazing. You're amazing. So overwhelmed, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the Super Bowl. We'll get that later. We'll get more comments in. Let's talk about what's happening in this country, because you got the racist Doge guy. I think he's back employed at Doge. You have people who are not elected who are running the country. And then you have the former president, the vice president of the United States, J.D. Vance, calling to end the constitutional order of the United States. This is a full screen. This is what he said. And then I'm going to play a clip for you. He says, J.D. Vance said, if a judge tried to tell a general how to conduct a military operation, that would be illegal. If a judge tried to command the attorney general and how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that's also illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. What he's basically saying here is Donald Trump should be a king and should be able to do whatever he wants, and judges should not have any control. Just like they are flouting the power of the judge who said that you cannot end this the money that's supposed to go to these federal agencies. You cannot pause it. And they're doing it anyways. They're defying the judge. So J.D. Vance is saying Donald Trump is above the law. He's a king. He should be able to do whatever he wants. And if you don't believe me, this was Vance in 2021 calling to end the constitutional order. Here it is.
Just seize the administrative state for our own purposes. Fire every single mid-level bureaucrat, every civil servant in the administrative state, replace them with our people. And then when the courts stop you, stand before the country like Andrew Jackson did and say the Chief Justice has made his ruling, now let him enforce it. A lot of conservatives have said we should deconstruct the administrative state. We should basically eliminate the administrative state. And I'm sympathetic to that project, but another option is that we should just seize the administrative state for our own purposes. We should fire all of the people. I mean, I think Trump is going to run again in 2024. I think he'll probably win again in 2024. I think that what Trump should do, like if I was giving him one piece of advice, fire every single mid-level bureaucrat, every civil servant in the administrative state, replace them with our people. And when the courts, because you will get taken to court, and then when the courts stop you, stand before the country like Andrew Jackson did and say the Chief Justice has made his ruling, now let him enforce it.
What he's saying is there's no constitution. Now, aren't they supposed to be the constitutionalists, the conservative, the Republicans, the MAGA? But he's saying that the president should defy the Constitution. Where are we now with this crazy MAGA bullshit where they think that you can do whatever you want? Make sure you become a member, everyone. Memberships are very reasonable. You'll keep us telling the truth. You'll keep us streaming. We don't have the giant corporate support that corporate media or mainstream media where you don't get it. We don't have that support. So our support depends on you. So thank you so much. Become a member. It's very reasonable. And if you're the highest tier of our membership, you actually get to be on the show. Ask a member. Look in the chat. Tell them about it. If you become a Lemon Legend, you get to be on the show. Doesn't matter your political stripes or whatever it is. You get to be on. We talk to you. We also highlight your comments. That shit was said in 2021, Veracity's Key 20. Yes, and we should have known. It was said in 2021. And we should have known that they were going to do it. That they were going to do it. And into the Constitution. Now, I want you, this is long. Do you guys have a minute? You guys have a minute because I think this is important. Tell me if you have a minute. If you have like 5 minutes that I want to play something. I don't want to bore you. Okay? I don't want to bore you. If you have 5 minutes, I want to show you something that's very important. It has to do with our country and what we're dealing with. Okay? So to explain what's happening at Doge, to explain the trouble that we're in and how some people are reportedly, allegedly lining their own pockets, as I have been telling you. Thank you for becoming a member, by the way. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Tiffany Mapp. Welcome to the Elimination. Thank you, Vicky Beach. Welcome to the Elimination. Oh my gosh, so many new members. Thank you, Zinette Page. Welcome to the Elimination. Thank you, Robert Christensen. Thank you. That's Tiffany Mapp again. Thank you so much for becoming members of Elimination. for becoming Lemonheads. Monica Hope, welcome. Stephen Archambault, welcome. Love you, Scott. Love you, Scoob. Welcome as well. DW, welcome. Trish Riley, welcome. Vernal Richardson, welcome. Michelle Morris, welcome to the Elimination. Thank you so much. Cassandra Keys, welcome. And Paulette Brown, welcome as well. DW, thank you. Thank you, Don. Kendrick Lamar is the truth. DW, thank you for your support of independent media. Guys, I don't feel great. Paulette Brown, thank you so much. Okay, so if you have 5 minutes, I want you to watch this and think about what's going on, okay? Okay. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you become a member, please. My team is telling me so many people are watching, so many new members, okay? It would be great if you guys were all members, became members, and if you guys all became subscribers. And make sure you hit the thumbs up, okay? So I want to play this. I want you to think about what's happening at Doge and what's happening and how people, you don't always know people's intentions, and it's not always in your face. They flood the zone and then they do things behind your back. Okay, so watch. This is Crystal Ball, and she's explaining what she believes is an attack on our government by Elon Musk. Here you go.
Elon Musk has decided that he is not going to release all of the financial information about his various conflicts of interest, as he has effectively executed a hostile takeover of our entire government. But we already know a lot about his conflicts of interest. You can see a little bit of what that entails here. You can see Transportation Department is investigating him, the Justice Department, the Labor Department, the Department of the Interior, Department of Agriculture, National Labor Relations Board, and on and on. And as we evaluate what he's been up to and what particular agencies and boards he has taken aim at, we can really start to see a pattern of how all of these things intersect with his own personal financial interests, and really more importantly, and to the point, his interest in consolidating power. So one of the most obvious examples is the CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Elon is trying to position Twitter as an everything app. He just signed a deal with Visa that would allow it to be a payment processor, and as a payment processor was about to be regulated by the CFPB.
Are you listening?
That agency has now been gutted. They've announced they're doing no more enforcement, no more rulemaking. Everything is on hold, and guess what? Now, those payment processors not going to be regulated by the CFPB, but that is far from all. Of course, Elon has taken aim at the USAID. They're effectively gutted at this point. Just so happens they were investigating Starlink, of course, another Elon product, their use in Ukraine. But that also is not all. The National Labor Relations Board, so they've gone after Elon for all sorts of behavior. They regulate workers' ability to organize. They make decisions when there's a dispute between the companies and between the workers. Elon is a famous union buster, strike buster. They've gone after him for retaliating against workers. He sued them, claiming, without much standing, but claiming that the entire board is unconstitutional and trying to dismantle the whole thing. Well, now the National Labor Relations Board has been gutted, and they're not even defending themselves in that lawsuit that Elon Musk's companies have brought against the National Labor Relations Board. The Federal Aviation Administration also Elon has taken aim at. Well, lo and behold, they have investigated him over illegal rocket launches over at SpaceX. Department of Labor was investigating him for allegations of workplace discrimination, including some truly horrific allegations, use of the N-word in the workplace, nooses were somehow involved. Well, lo and behold, the specific department called the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs that was looking into these allegations, well, Trump signed an executive order completely dismantling the whole thing, so guess he's off the hook for that as well. But that's not all. He also looks set to be able to increase the amount that he profits off of taxpayer dollars. He's already gotten some $15 billion into his companies over the years from the federal government, courtesy of you and me, the American taxpayer. Well, he's going to be able to increase that, astronomically. So he's already gotten installed as Air Force Secretary, this guy who had previously greased the skids and effectively rigged the contract process so that SpaceX could get these incredibly lucrative federal government contracts. So there's a lot going on here, but the bottom line is this. Elon Musk is the richest person on the planet. He already has extraordinary power. He is claiming and consolidating even more power. And his goal is not efficiency It's not some noble, small government, small c conservative type of enterprise. He wants to strip the government down so that it cannot compete with him and his power. So it cannot stand in the way of him doing whatever he wants to do. We know from the way he's run his companies that he doesn't care about the law. He will just operate the way he wants to. And the only entity that could really push back was previously the federal government of the United States of America. Elon Musk is hell-bent on making sure that his power will be absolute.
Did you guys hear that? I'm going to say something that I haven't said before. I've been thinking it and since the election. Because I didn't want to sound like, I think you guys know where I'm going, right? I didn't want to sound like, the conspiracy theorist from 2020. But just think about, let me just give, this is a hypothetical. Just think about all of those things that you just heard Crystal Ball say. Can you get rid of all the evidence of everything? Is that how they will never know when they say the people, they'll never know? Do y'all think something fishy went on with the election? I never said that before, but it was like, it's always been in the back of my mind, like, I don't know. Something's kind of weird. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. Was there some manipulation going on? Again, I don't know. Again, for like the MAGA folks say, just asking questions. Maybe there's nothing. But just think if all of those things happened, if Crystal's reporting is 100% correct, then where is all the evidence and where is all the data from the election boards, all of that stuff? Well, like, where is that housed and how is that not, is that manipulable? Like, because if you win, then you get in there and you remove everything and then you're in control of everything and you get to decide what is private, what's put out. Do you guys know what I'm saying? It's just too much power for very few people. Something fishy this is fishy. And even if you do investigate it, how do you figure out like if it's real? I mean, this is some real shit, man. I'm telling you. But just think about it again. If Crystal's reporting is correct, and then all of those things, all of the agencies and organizations that could have some regulation or influence or control over you, you're getting rid of. Then where are the consequences? Where's the justice? Where's the, look. And who investigates that? Shouldn't the Democrats be on top of that? Shouldn't Joe Biden have been on top of that? I mean, do you guys know what I'm saying, right? Thank you, Nikki G. I appreciate it. Nikki G says, I'm rooting for you all the way over the pond. Stopped with CNN when they took you off. So glad I found you again. Thank you, Nikki G. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Y'all know what's up. Y'all saw what happened. You know. Oh, by the way, I saw the governor of Pennsylvania this weekend. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I mean, maybe Biden was on top of it. I don't know. I'm just saying, shouldn't he have done something? It just seems a little weird. My vote was never counted along with my husband's and sister's. All prior ballots showed except 2024, says Kriza. People have been saying that. Again, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. But when I'm looking at Crystal's reporting and they're getting rid of all these things that would hold people accountable, where's the accountability? That's what I was looking for. Where's the accountability? If you can If you can get rid of all of the departments that would hold you accountable, then what? Do we have this breaking news that was just sent, guys?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, so here's the breaking news. Let's put it up. We have some breaking news, guys. Kind of taking a left turn here, okay? So breaking news, this is from Barak Ravid. Breaking, Hamas announces it is suspending the release of hostages planned for Saturday until further notice due to Israeli violations. So do you remember there was this agreement reached and with the Palestinians and Palestinian and Israeli governments and Hamas, and that they had to reach these marks at certain dates. They had to do certain things by certain dates, like you have this many people out and blah 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 blah. So they had to do that. And apparently they're saying that Israel did not do that. So now Hamas is saying we're not giving back the rest of the hostages as planned for Saturday because there are some issues. Now, here's what I want you to know. Can you imagine if this happened under Joe Biden? MAGA would be saying that Democrats are weak and they're allowing Hamas to win. Now, are they going to say that about Donald Trump? Are they going to say that about Donald Trump? Trump says Palestinians won't have the right to return to Gaza under his plan for the territory as well. So, I don't know if the two are connected. Is this because of Israeli violations that they believe? This wouldn't be Israeli violations. This would be U.S. violations. I think these are two separate stories. But according to the reporting, is that Hamas is saying they're not going to release the hostages on Saturday because of Israeli violations. I don't know what those violations are. And then also, Trump is saying that Palestinians won't have the right to return to Gaza under his plan for the territory. Now, there are folks who have way more knowledge than I do in this, and they would say that that's ethnic cleansing. That's getting rid of the very people whose land it is, whose territory it is. Cleansing the area or the territory of the ethnicity, or at least one ethnicity, the ethnicity that is supposed to be there. It's a mess. It's always a mess, guys. And it's going to be a mess. So is MAGA weak because Hamas is not doing what they said they were going to do? Hamas is saying, we're not doing it. Doge is paying for colonization, says Bonnie Rodriguez. Wow. So that's our breaking news. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like crap. I'm exhausted, and I don't know if I have the flu or allergies. My eyes are all red and itchy. Luckily, I took a COVID test. It doesn't show COVID yet. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go take a nap. But let me tell you this. I'll be back at 5 Eastern live, and we're going to talk more. You think this show is good? Wait till you see the live at 5 feed when we're a little bit warmed up and the day is more news is taking place during the day. But I just want to tell you guys this. With all the engagement that we have, it's fantastic. Please become a member. It helps to keep us streaming. It helps to keep independent media. Support your independent media. Support your independent media. Coco City 81, thank you for your support of independent media. Elon wants access to the rest of Nikola Tesla's patents that the government has. Mind you, Trump's uncle knew Nikola Tesla. Look it up. Okay. That's what Coco City 81 is saying. Wow. So thank you. Paulette Brown, yes, I'm going to rest up. I need a nap. I'm exhausted. I need to go to bed. I probably have a fever. But anyways, Trump, what do you say? Trump controls all three branches of the government, making him a dictator, says Roger Marine. Yes, and thank you for your support, Roger, of independent media. I appreciate it. Yes, Don, someone is telling me, drink lemon and honey. I've been drinking lemon tea and honey all morning. Feel better, says Winky Campbell. Thank you. But you guys know that thing where you feel like your head is in an aquarium. Do you know what I mean? And you're scratchy and itchy and yep. Okay, so welcome all the new members. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, hit the thumbs up on your way out. And at 5 p.m., make sure you join us. So today at 2 p.m., by the way, I've been working with Jim to try to get Jim Acosta on. He's going to be on soon, perhaps this week. And then we're working with a farmer to try to get him on to explain to people what the Trump administration is proposing for farmers, another farmer, because we had one on a couple weeks ago, that is not so good. And he's going to pull the wool from over your eyes. Okay? So now you know. I love you for watching. I'll see you at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never, ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love.